Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. This time we're watching We Traveled Back in Time, Now Physicists Are Angry by SocietySucks. This video was previously titled Let's Do Real Time Travel with Physics, but they changed it already. So I'm guessing they're going to try to explain how time travel might be possible in real life. So let's check it out, because this seems interesting.
You're going forward through time 1 second every second. Congratulations, you're a time traveler. A bit lame, but let's start here to get to the fun, real-time travel to ride on dinosaurs and high-five Einstein.
Okay.
Time isn't really a thing that passes, but a dimension, a direction you can move in. We think our universe
If time travel was real, I'm quite sure the world would be way different right now.
Smooshed together into a fancy thing we call space-time.
Surely someone would have gone back in time by now and stopped some sort of war, maybe assassinated Hitler before he could start World War II?
While you can go forward, backward, left and right, up and down in the space
I feel like something would have been changed already.
You can only go forward. You only get older, never younger. You can't make detours. But this is an illusion. You have far more control over how you move through time. To explain how this actually works, without making a maths video, we have to make a lot of physicists grumpy. So please keep in mind that we're simplifying and lying a bit. Okay, so there's a very strange
that much was obvious.
Everything in
this
our
is a video,
moves
it's
at the
not
speed
supposed
of
to
light
be an
through
actual,
four-dimensional space-time.
proper explanation.
Space-time is the sum
Just
of
a
your
video
separate speeds through time
meant to
and
explain the
space.
basics.
It's impossible for you to stay still. Even if you're not moving through space dimensions, you're moving through the time dimension, blasting face first into the future. You can slow down in the time dimension by moving faster through the space dimensions, but in total, you will always move at the speed of light through space-time. If you could somehow truly stand still in space, you'd still move through time at the speed of light, and the other way round.
Okay.
Photons, light particles, move.
This is already getting confusing.
They don't experience any time passing because their speed in that time dimension is 0. In the time dimension, they're frozen in place. If you see light on Earth, from the photon's perspective, it was just on the surface of the sun and then suddenly crashed into your eye with nothing happening in between. Remember,
the physicists are mad.
Story here. In real life, things are more complicated. For one, it's impossible to truly stand still relative to space itself.
I feel like the actual explanation by a physicist would be easier to understand than what I just heard.
For photons as we just did. For details, check out our sources. But now, back to our story. Okay, so everything in the universe moves at the same breathtaking speed, but this speed is split between space and time, which leads to all sorts of wacky things, and where we can see time travel happen. Real and easy time travel. When a bus drives past you, it's moving a little bit faster through space.
How does that correlate to time travel?
It moves slower through time than you. Or how it's usually worded, the bus is moving slower through time relative to you. While this makes things feel like weird physics magic, it's very simple. Move faster through space, go slower in time. Move slower through space, go faster in time. And if you had another person moving way faster or slower than you, both end up traveling different distances in the time dimension. The story that's usually told to demonstrate this is to get twins, force one of them into a rocket against their will, shoot them through space super fast while the other twin chills on Earth. And because one twin moves very fast through space, while the other moves slowly on Earth, they move at different speeds through time. When the rocket finally gets home, they're no longer the same age, and the younger space twin is ready to start years of therapy for being abducted by theoretical physicists. This is the twin paradox, and it makes perfect sense within the rules of the universe.
Space.
If you want to learn more about the paradoxes of time, we made
a video about it. But in a nutshell,
you're using time dilation. The fact that your position in time is subjective and only true for yourself.
How does this correlate to going back in time, though?
Technically, this way you can witness the end of the universe or look at the final thing that will ever happen. We also make videos
I guess time travel doesn't necessarily mean going back in time, it could be going forward
in time. Massive objects bend space-time, causing time to go slower near them. On Earth, the effect is tiny. The gravity of our planet makes time pass 0.0000007% slower than in deep space, far from any gravitational fields. Hardly useful for time travel, but it's a start. If you move into a really strong gravitational field, like around a black hole, the closer you get to the event horizon, the slower time passes for you. If we kidnap our twin again, they won't notice it at all. Their watch ticks as fast as it always does. But from the outside, they seem to almost stand still. Only when the twin leaves the gravitational field and comes back to Earth do they realize they time traveled. Okay, so you can time travel to the future by going fast or near a black hole. But this is
going faster
and has literally only downsides, except for people who want to sort of teleport into the future. And it makes building a gigantic human space empire super hard, because even if we develop the technology to go really super fast between stars,
going
faster on a faraway journey will always mean leaving your home as you knew it forever.
What? Okay, hold on. But so he went faster, and he's still young. So hold on. So you have two twins. One is on Earth, one is flying. Let's say 80 years passed. The one on Earth is an old grandpa who's about to die. The one who went to space and was going really fast is still young. So going at a faster speed causes time to pass quicker, yet the same amount of time has passed. I'm not even going to try and understand this.
There's actually a way we could use the rules of our universe to travel backwards through time.
I don't understand any of this, to be honest.
Land. Let's go there. So you always move through space-time at the speed of light. If you go fast through the space dimension, you slow down in the time dimension. And here we find an actual opening for backwards time travel. The theory of relativity,
how do you go
which
back?
may be the most solid scientific theory we know, does not forbid faster-than-light motion through space. If you move through the space dimension faster
than the speed of light,
superluminal, you need to move through the time dimension with negative speed. That means you go backwards through time relative to the rest of the universe into the past. Actually, scientists have been looking for superluminal particles and given them a name. Tachyons.
How would this even work?
They could exist and would have wild properties like getting faster when they lose energy and, of course, traveling backwards in time. Finally, real time travel. Just like with photons, it isn't really possible to clearly define how time passes.
I think that's just the wrong video to react to, because this is
depends on how you move through space-time relative to them.
I do not understand a single thing that's being said, to be honest.
Could actually see tachyons literally traveling backwards in time.
I mean, like, I get the gist of it, but
directly interact with the past.
Trying to actually understand how this
theory, you could use them to send
it's theoretically possible.
It's
just
and change all sorts of things that have already happened.
It messes with my head.
Maybe with some tachyon-powered sci-fi future tech, you could see a star die before it was born, meet your great-grandparents, prevent your past self from making that one dumb mistake, win the lottery,
the nuke video,
dinosaurs, and create juicy time paradoxes that also kind of break the universe. Oh, what's that? Right.
Yeah,
it seems
there
are things in our universe that are impossible to mix. Unfortunately, the theory of relativity specifically forbids anything that starts out traveling slower than the speed of light to reach the speed of light. Because moving faster through space requires energy, and the energy required to reach the speed of light is literally infinite. Even if you could gather all the energy of the universe, you couldn't accelerate a grain of sand to the speed of light. You can get as close as you like, but you can never reach it. It is possible to move at the speed of light as photons do, but they always move at the speed of light. If you move superluminally, you will always move superluminally. And sadly, so far, we don't have the tiniest bit of evidence that tachyons exist. While they work on paper,
this is all just
most
theoretical.
scientists think they're not real. So for now, it seems
there's no
that
physical
time travel
evidence.
into the past is strictly impossible, no matter how hard we try. The past is a faraway land, and while we can look at it in pictures and movies and our memories, it's locked away, forever outside of our reach.
And that's a good thing.
Well,
that's not a bad thing, that's good.
It leaves you with the most important time there is, right now, the moment where you actually exist, and a future that's yours to forge. If you want, you could even time travel to it.
The fact that time travel, at least back in time, is impossible is a good thing, because you've seen the memes where someone moves a chair and suddenly Hitler is in India. It's good that we can't travel back in time, because someone would have definitely, tried to stop Hitler, tried to stop someone else, some other tyrannical leader who started a horrible war or a genocide or something. If time travel was ever a possibility, we would have definitely seen it by now, because there would have definitely been someone like 10, 20, 50, 60, God knows how many years ago, who would have done something. It's so weird because what if, so let's say someone in the future gets time travel. It's possible. They go back in time and they stop something, right? But by stopping that, they also accidentally stopped the events that would eventually lead to their birth. How would that, like, how does that work? Let's say you stop that, but then your parents never meet, you never get born. So have you actually time traveled? Have you ever stopped that? Because technically you don't exist. It completely breaks everything. It makes no sense. It just wouldn't work. Let's say I go back in time 50 years ago. I stop something from happening, and because of that one decision, my parents never met. So I don't exist. I don't get born. But I traveled back in time. So do I just magically disappear into thin air? Do I actually somehow go back to a future where I don't exist, but I do exist? Time travel it makes no sense. If I go back 5 years in time, are there now suddenly two of me? The current me and the 5 years younger me? Time travel just breaks every law imaginable. I just can't find myself believing in it because there's too many things that would... I don't fucking know, man. Whatever, I'm done with the subject. It's just a mess. I'm not gonna comment anymore on this. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, the usual YouTube stuff, and bye. I'll see you in the next video.